The following stream contains mature content and subject matter. Viewer discretion is advised. Chicago. Ask someone to picture the city, and they will have trouble coming up with a concise description. When people think of New York City, they think of skyscrapers, subways, and muggers. When they think of Los Angeles, they think of sun, smog, and traffic. When they think of Detroit, they think of cars, factories, and decay. But for those of us that know, there's only one thing we think of when someone mentions Chicago: vampires. And tonight, we tell their story. Good evening, and welcome to McStabber Studios' Windy City After Dark. I am the storyteller, Shanky McStabber.
And I'm Merlin Dare, also known as Mama McStabber in Twitch chat, and I'll be playing Jacqueline Durand of Clan Venture.
Hi, I'm Mischievous Red, and I'll be playing Isabella Caputo of Clan Toreador.
Good evening, I am the Ivy Raven, and I play Genevieve Schutz of Clan Gangrel.
I'm Ian, and I'm playing Roscoe Akers, Clan Tremere.
Hi, I am Brad, Timber Brad 411 in chat, and I'll be playing Nicholas Bowens of Clan Hikata.
I'm Gavin, and I play Lamar Cade of Clan La Sombra.
And when we were last with this coterie, well, they got rid of Flyboy. And Jackie set in a plan, or set into motion a plan to deal with Felicity. But as we ended the episode, Lamar and his friend Nick had a brief talk that Nick found Capone. As we open up this episode this week, we're actually going to open it up right back in the conference room, because this kind of information is not one Lamar is going to wait on. Jackie was immediately told to return to the club. I'm sure she's happy with that one. And as you come in...
If not, she's about to be.
Nick is not in his nondescript look. He's almost bat-looking with his head. Nosferatu. He's wearing just a black t-shirt and a pair of blue jeans. Not something that normally would have got him in the club, but then again, he didn't come in looking like that. Mm-hmm. And he's actually leaning against the wall when Jackie comes in. Now, Jackie, you've never met this Nosferatu, but there's a strange Nos in the room.
Good evening.
Hey, bosses, is everybody?
Yeah, this is the entire WPC, Wicker Park Coterie. This is Nick. He's been working for me, and he has some very, very good information to share with us.
And Jackie takes a seat.
Yeah. As he said, I'm Nick. Mercenary Nosferatu, you might say. I know it's not the main job that Lamar put me on. I'm working that one still, but we made an agreement that he would help me I get even for a little bit of an issue I had with Mr. Capone. Hard part was finding him. You see, here's the problem with Capone. He's never in the same place for long. Shows up at a haven for the night, right before dawn. Then sleeps a day away, and as soon as it's dawn, he gets up and moves to a new place. Doesn't return to that one. But a little bit of info dropped to me. He's going to be staying tomorrow night, right before dawn, in a penthouse in one of the local skyscrapers downtown. Which gives us a narrow window. We'll know where he is, we'll know when he is, and we'll be able to hit him. Now, the complication is, of course, we're going to be pushing right against the edge of dawn. But a guy in my brood, Rocky, he's going to fly the helicopter. We can drop down right on the roof, go right down in. Then it's just a matter of whether you all, me and Tony, can take him down and then get out of there before sunup. Now, I know you're going to ask about security.
Of course.
Well, I know he's got those two chuckle fucks that Lamar wants to get hold of.
Oh, that's wonderful. Yep.
Other than that, he's just got his normal goons.
Enhanced or regular?
Probably a mix of both.
Understood. Who are these two chuckle fucks?
Couple of no-necks that brought me to that meeting, snatched me off the street, and brought me to that meeting with him.
Kindred?
Yeah, they're kindred. It's a Bruja and a Ventru.
Fucking Brujas, I swear to God.
I call them Tweedledee and Tweedledum.
Okay. How many of his goons does he normally bring with him, do you know?
And now off the top of my head, I know from that night, Lamar and I introduced to each other. He normally has 9 or 10. Tommy guns, of course.
Yeah.
But you're talking close quarters in the buildings. They're not going
to be that effective.
They're going to have trouble. I mean, it spits a lot of bullets. I don't know how many bullets it takes to kill us, but I know how many they're going to try to use.
If we can peel some of those guys out with some kind of trick or some kind of diversion, that'll give us what we need to slip in on the roof. And if it's a skyscraper, by the time they get all the way down to that bottom floor to find out what the problem is, it's going to take too long for them to get back up to the top.
That is true.
You got a point on that one. My brood's with me tonight on this one.
In fact, we can cut the power to the building even longer because they'll have to take the stairwell. No elevators.
That's going to be harder. I mean, we can send Tony down to do that.
I can make a phone call and make it happen.
Even better.
She literally calls Melina.
Okay. And Melina answers the phone. Hey, Jackie, what's up?
Hey, Melina, I'm doing something for someone really high up, and I need to get some power cut at a building. Can you make that happen for me?
Well, what do you mean by power cut? Cut externally, or you just want something to accidentally fuck up the power in the building itself?
The building itself.
What's the building?
And she gives her the address.
When do you need this?
just before dawn.
It's going to cost you. That's
Of course.
going to get some of my people fired. But
I will not only owe you, I will be happy to donate compensation for them.
yeah, I've got some people that can. They'll have a. Some of the janitorial staff will have an accident
Excellent.
below the transformer.
Thank you. And she hangs up.
Okay.
Done.
Damn. All right. Now, I'll go ahead and start this off by saying there will be absolutely no hard feelings if anyone is not feeling up to this. This does not have to, this does not, I'd like to have everybody go, but I'm not asking anybody to put themselves on the line for this. I'm definitely paying this favor back, but I'm not going to ask any of you to do more than that.
I am in. Capone never should have been embraced.
I got your back, Lamar.
Thank you both.
Based on the previous experience, I was going to say, just point me at the kindred, and I'll take care of him for you.
Been a significant help in my recent endeavors, and her eyes kind of flick over to Nicholas. Of course, I'd be glad to help you out.
This is what those in a coterie do, correct?
Usually.
Then I'll help as best as possible.
All right, now,
It's going to get tight.
Capone's,
It's going to get real tight in that helicopter. The 3 of us, 6 of you here, there's 9. We can only fit 2 others in the helicopter with us at that point, and that's still going to be tight.
will it make it a problem to fly the helicopter? Because we don't want to
If we go
crash
much
the
more
thing.
than that, it will be a problem.
Is there some of Capone's goons are not kindred, correct?
Correct.
We are
And those
looking
are
at
the-
3 kindred and approximately 10, possibly up to a dozen of either a mixture of ghouls and normal kind that may be a bit dangerous. They are capable, but that's generally what we're looking at.
And the ones non-kindred are the ones we're expecting to respond to the diversion.
If you've got a diversion for them, yeah.
Mm-hmm. The power is going to go out. There's going to be an accident from the janitorial staff.
Capone and his thugs aren't going to go out for that. They're not going to step out for that. They'll send people out to check it out.
Especially that close to dawn.
My capabilities aren't particularly useful against kindred.
But they will not likely send them all. So
Then
there may be some.
Perhaps we can do this as a 2-prong attack.
Hmm.
So not all are coming from one direction, and potentially can sneak up. I'm willing to start on the ground floor if that seems feasible.
I don't want to split us up too much. I mean, you'd have to run the stairs, get up there.
The stamina is not the concern. I'm fine with us all going at once. It's just all of those times I said it was the gun that was the problem, I don't think I'm very good with them.
Don't say.
Speaking of guns, there's one other small thing I'm going to mention here, just to put it out here for the group. I may or may not have access to some very special rounds that could tip the balance in our favor. The problem is, whoever gets hit with one is probably going up like a Roman candle.
You have incendiary rounds.
I do. Now, I can bring them tonight, but if I do so, that could put all of us at risk.
Yeah,
It might
even burn
make
that
things
whole room
faster.
down.
Yeah. So I can leave it, not bring it. But then we've got to be sure whatever we do bring, we're only going to get one shot at this, most likely. Capone gets away, he will go so far underground we may never find him again.
That's not what I'd like to see. I'd like to see him gone. But even if he goes that far underground, he'd flee the city at that point. He'd know the gig's up.
I won't let him get away.
You say so. I'd prefer him dead.
So would I.
I'm generally more useful when they're dead.
So you need to come up with a distraction. See if you can pull some guards away.
Nicholas,
Oh.
I will have Peter and Etienne join you.
Excellent.
That way, if things need to be shot, they can.
Hey, Nick. That restaurant where I left that message for Capone, how far would you say it is from the penthouse?
That's
That's in Southside.
quite a bit.
Because I'm wondering if I leave another message, if he'll send someone else out to...
Not that late in the night. But if you got some gangbangers, somebody shooting up the lobby might work.
Yeah, let me make a phone call.
That's a good idea. That would probably get most of them down there.
What time does that place close?
Does it matter?
Well, at 2 and close to it won't be open in enough time to...
No, the lobby of the tower.
Lobby of the tower. Shoot it up.
Oh, even better.
Yeah.
If it's closed, well, drive into the lobby anyway. Make it a drive-through.
Seriously, run a car through it.
There's an ATM. There's always an ATM in the lobby. Smash and grab.
Mm-hmm.
Done. I got some guys.
Excellent. Okay. Nick, what are you and your associates skilled with?
Or NOS. We don't
Well,
need
I
guns.
know.
Guns are for you. Guns are shot at us normally.
Understood. Okay, so we have more muscle. We have, and she looks at Ginny, rip and tear. Isabella, you and I are going to be in charge of any crowd control that may be necessary, if there are any there.
Think we could pull some people away.
Yes.
Use our feminine wiles.
And of course, if any decide to be problematic, we can both handle close quarters. Nicholas, anything that breathes, you do your magic.
It's still very new, but I'll do my best to keep Peter and Etienne out of.
I know the risks, and they know the risks.
If your boy over there's that worried about it, he can guard the elevator. Because if Capone's going to run, he's going to head to the elevator.
That is a good idea.
If the power's cut,
He's still
Should we
going to head
guard
to
the
the elevator.
Yeah,
Power will come back on. It'll be in priority mode, which
the
means
generator.
backup power, which means he can use the elevator to get out of the building. Unfortunately, you can't use it to get back up in the building.
right.
Priority
Is
mode.
there not a way? Is there not a way of disabling that?
We'd have to take the security room, which adds a whole nother complication.
On the first floor, I'm sure.
Correct.
We don't have time for that. So, Nicholas, are you okay with guarding the elevator? We have Lamar's
But-
people do the distraction on the first floor. Etienne and Peter will be there with you.
That seems like a much better idea.
Excellent. Roscoe, I'm sure you have some tricks up your sleeve.
Yes, I do. 2 of them, as a matter of fact.
Good. Is there anything you can do to enhance others?
I can let them take advantage of the poison that I use on my knives.
Isabella, would you like that?
Of course.
Excellent. We will prepare that just before going down.
I've managed to get hold of the key to get us there. When we land, we'll load up in the elevator. Take a nice little elevator ride to his suite. Once we come out, we get to come out and have fun.
Mm-hmm. Truly, I want you, Lamar, Roscoe, Genevieve, working hand in hand with Nick and his people.
Will do.
If by chance Capone doesn't turn to ash, I want him.
I was going to say, FYI, I'll need somebody to go ahead of me. I plan on getting the jump on them. So I will need, just point out Tweedledee, Tweedledum. I'll jump one of them anyway. So,
Oh, you
try
won't be
and
able
go
to miss
from-
them. Big guys, no necks.
oh, so they literally have no necks?
I mean, they have them, but the muscle just kind of goes from shoulder to neck.
Oh, okay. Well, see, I was not really sure that was the actual description of these individuals.
Oh,
That's
no,
why-
it's a perfect description.
Okay. Well, if someone wants to open the door for me, I will gladly jump on the first one I see. So,
They're scrappy in a fight, but my understanding is they're rather new for Kindred.
I don't care how fucking scrappy they are.
Then, all right. You know what? I will lead us in. I got some things I need to say to Capone anyway, so.
Now, here, I'll give you an address. And he gives you the address of all damn things, Chicago Tower. Meet us there. I'll be watching for you in the lobby and take you up to the helipad. Told you, Rocky's got it covered.
Thank you, Nick, for bringing this to us.
It's
And thank
part
you
of the
for your
job.
assistance.
Part of the job. That was his end, was to help me do it.
Of course.
And then I just got to find his people he was wanting me to find down there under the city. And Nick turns and walks from the room. And as he does, you see his form start to shift back into a nondescript person. And Etienne escorts him into the main area of the club rather than letting him just wander the top floor, because that wouldn't be nice. And I leave it to you all to have any other discussions you're going to have now that you're not with Nick.
You want him, Jackie? I will do everything I can to get him for you.
I recommend that weapon you have. If you bring it, that is our last resort.
All right.
We need to make sure those who can fire weapons well have weapons to fire. Those who use blades well have blades. She taps her cane. I've got mine. And in a pinch, it can be a stake.
Well, I've got actual stakes, so I'm going to bring a couple of those as well.
Of course, I'll have some as well that we can divvy out amongst. And Etienne will be equipped. So will Peter. Follow assignments, please. In this endeavor, timing is of the essence. We cannot dally. We have to focus on our priority targets. Any questions or concerns from anyone?
I'm good. I know what I need to kill, so
And
problem solved.
thank you for loaning Tasha to me the other night. She was excellent.
Oh yeah, no, you're welcome. It got some, that operation got some things turned into my head, so we'll see what pans out.
It would be an excellent place to launder some money.
Yeah. I hear they still do fortune telling there, so maybe they will continue.
Very good, very good. All right, well, I will see you all at Chicago Tower tomorrow.
Right. I'm going to go make that call. If anybody needs me, got my number.
So once again, you're split up. Now, the next day is spent, of course, people making sure they're fed before they go into this.
Jackie has prepared Etienne and Peter to assist Nicholas at the elevator.
And Peter's going with a sawed-off shotgun, but not a double barrel. He's actually got a regular shotgun that he's just trimmed the barrel off of. Etienne's going in with his MAC-10 submachine gun that he actually enjoys. Lots of bullets method. Lamar, you have no problems getting some of your boys together to go and do a snatch and grab on an ATM in that building at a certain time. It's going to involve a pickup truck through the plate glass. They're going to shoot the place up, steal the ATM if they can.
I tell them to make sure to wear masks and gloves.
Of course. We'll see how that goes for them. Anyone got any other preparations they want to do beforehand? Let's figure that. Nicholas?
In the time between now and the last time I tried, have I identified any of the spirits attached to any of those fetters? I know I had one.
No, not right now. That is a...
Then
Go ahead.
Then I mean, the bulk of Nicholas's preparation is just going to be to make sure that he's got everything he needs in his kit to do rituals as they come up. He will have the one fetter that he does have identified with him. in case he needs to possibly use that as a distraction. And then, yeah, it's just making sure that Matthew knows what's going on, and then just sort of warning Izzy what he's walking into. Though I'm sure she's aware.
Oh, she was there the whole time listening.
Yeah.
So, Jenny?
No, I was just going to say in a random bout of caution, Genevieve is actually going to assemble her work associates, and she's just going to let them know that if she doesn't return, they are to flee the city via her jet, go back to Vegas, and she has an arrangement with somebody there that will take them under their wing. So,
okay. Any other preparations? I want to make sure everybody gets a chance for any of their main preparations they feel they should do.
Lamar will bring his rifle, and he will bring the special gun, and he will have 3 steaks prepared.
Okay. Medium well. I get it. Okay.
All well done.
Oh, all well done? Yeah, you struck me more as a rare, to be honest, but, you know. So, you all sleep for the day and then prepare part of the next night. And as you gather outside the Chicago Tower, of course, you don't walk in carrying the guns, but Etienne's got a duffel bag with weapons. And as you come in, nondescript man just meets you in the lobby. Come on. Rocky and Tony are already up there.
Excellent.
And as you get into this elevator with him, he puts a key in, turns it, and hits the button. And as you're riding up, it's going to be fun.
Indeed.
What business y'all in? And it's not lost on you the incongruity of the Nosferatu doing elevator chat as you're riding up.
Jackie tells him she works in adult entertainment.
Like porn?
No, more like burlesque, escort services, those types of things.
Okay.
Nasty stuff, and it's good. If you need to take in a show at least once before you shuffle off.
I'm more of a porn guy, you know?
Nothing wrong with that, especially
Fair.
if it's done well.
Yeah. Doesn't get the same as it used to, but it's still something to watch. What about the rest of you?
Books, mostly.
Of course, books. With that shirt, I pictured you in the entertainment industry, not books, but
Alcohol.
Oh, now you're talking my language. Alcohol, huh?
Quite the hobby.
Yeah. I can't drink it myself, but, well, I can drink it secondhand.
I work with dead people.
Quite the crew you got here, boss. Yeah. She's quiet
Takes all
about
kinds.
She pats Nicholas on the shoulder and be like, he's harmless. Don't worry about him. Just bad at social situations.
it. Yeah, harmless. No, I've learned that anyone who says they play with the dead aren't exactly harmless.
Mostly harmless.
Yeah, I've been
Just
in the
don't
city
piss us
long
off.
enough. I could tell you some stories. Crazy shit goes down here. Don't get talked about. This crazy shit happens down below that nobody talks about. I guess she don't want to tell me what she does. That's fine.
Oh, no, I was just letting everybody else talk, and you were talking about the crazy shit that happens underneath the city, and I'm just thinking, why the fuck am I in Chicago? I'm working hospitality, or I own hospitality type things. Restaurants, resorts,
Yeah.
fortune telling now, apparently.
Wait a
Maybe.
minute. I've seen you before.
Mm.
You got that place down in Southside.
Yep. I am the shadowy half of the shadowy ownership group behind Phoenix.
Yeah, I only know because my boy Tony told me he saw that dighead Cratius come up in there not too long ago.
Yeah. Are you guys like tailing each of us or something?
No, we
'Cause-
just he was in South Side at the time. And when a primogen's running around, you kind of that's noteworthy. You make note of that.
Yeah. True.
And since that
no.
shitheel don't leave his school, it's even more noteworthy when he's seen wandering around.
Oh. Yeah, no, he thought it would be a good idea to come and threaten me for a kind, and I told him to kindly get fucked. So
No, I mean, couldn't happen to a nicer guy. That
I'm
damn
not gonna
school-
say what I want to say.
That damn school of his has been a problem for more than one of our kind. So we lost, over the years, lost a number of NOS to it. Let's just say I'm not a fan of his.
Doesn't
Yeah.
sound like he has many fans.
Yeah, not really.
Quite a few people like that around here.
And then you hear a ding on the elevator. I mean, Chicago Tower is actually pretty tall. It took you a while to get up to the top. And when it opens up into a hallway. Looks like a maintenance level. But there's a stairwell nearby, and it actually says roof access. And when you go up there, damn it if there's not a helicopter setting up. And there's actually two NOS, looking like NOS, leaning against it. Now, the first thing you notice is they both kind of vaguely remind you of Nick. They both have that kind of a bat-light look, just not as much. They've got the pointy ears. Their skin's a very pale blackish color with very sharp teeth. He points to one on the left, kind of thin man, thin Nosferatu. He's actually got a leather jacket on. That's Rocky. He'll be the pilot tonight. Over there, that's Tony. And Tony's a big dude.
Pleasure to meet you both, Jacqueline Duron.
And they both just
David.
kind of grunt. Yeah, they don't talk too much. I mean, they do, but just wait till they warm up to you. Then you won't get them to shut the fuck up.
Understood.
Cameras are all off up here tonight. We
Good.
took care of that already. So if you want to load up.
Etienne, please.
And Etienne goes over and throws the duffel bag in the vehicle. And as soon as in the helicopter, as soon as he sets down, you see him pulling out machine gun, body armor. Him and Peter put on bulletproof vests immediately. I've got some extras in here if you want. Why this damn duffel bag's so heavy. It's
Oh,
not
you better
perfect.
bet your ass Nicholas is taking one. You don't want to get staked again.
It's not perfect, but it'll help.
Isabella will take one as well.
And it's
Just in
just
case.
looks like police issue Kevlar.
And Jackie will actually take one.
Tamar will as well.
Because if she's going to be potentially in close quarters with people, she wants a little extra protection.
Does Roscoe grab one?
I was just going to ask, you got any more in there?
Oh yeah, he bought a whole bunch of them.
All right, I'll take one.
He
too.
bought enough for all the coterie to get one, plus him and Peter have one.
Oh, Genevieve like taps her stomach like, I guess I shouldn't have brought my own. So
So we got an extra pair. And Nick just kind of looks at it. Not my thing.
I understand.
Okay. Yo, Rocky, let's go. And Rocky actually looks back and he grins. And on his face, a grin is slightly unsettling. I'd like to thank you all for flying Rocky Air. Please observe the no smoking sign as we lift off into the air. Please buckle up. And try not to puke on the inside of my helicopter if you don't mind. See, I told you you'd start talking.
Better make this ride an enjoyable one, Rocky.
And Rocky looks back again and his grin gets wider. Oh, it's going to be something. And the helicopter shoots up from the pad.
Mhm.
Immediately, well, if you had a stomach that was anything other than withered, it would have dropped it into your toes at that point. as he starts flying into the sky. And he's not flying calmly. His first instinct is to bank hard as he comes up off the roof.
Jesus Christ.
Oh,
I hope everyone did follow his orders and buckled up.
Yes.
Is there an oh shit bar somewhere?
Oh, it's a helicopter. No.
No.
Lamar does not look thrilled.
Jackie's just like, whatever.
I suppose this is a bad time to ask when the in-flight meal is.
Rocky looks back, and he's still flying, by the way. He kind of makes you nervous when the pilot's not looking straight ahead. Well, this ain't first class tonight. This is going to be coach. But if you want, I could take a street level and might be able to grab one, though. Last time I did that, we lost that bird and we had to get
No, let's not do that.
That's what I thought. Yeah, well. And as he turns back towards it, you can vaguely hear music playing in the headphones he's wearing. He's obviously not tuned in to the chatter of anything other than music. And you're pretty sure that's death metal that he's playing as he's flying this helicopter. So what are you all doing last minute prep as you're going to fly through? Now, if you're going to do any of your abilities there, Roscoe, now's your chance. It'll last for a scene, but I'll count it as the scene of the attack on itself, not the helicopter ride for a scene, as you're prepping to do it.
All right. Well, I have a couple things I want to do. I'm going to do my rouse check on Ball's Caress.
Okay. Okay, you did not get hungry, and you managed to put highly, stupidly poisonous blood on one blade. Whose blade was first?
Isabella.
Works for me.
Okay. Wow. Roscoe's doing well tonight. His second rouse check was a success.
That would be on Jackie's.
And there's Jackie's sword. And another success.
Okay.
And that would be Roscoe's knife, wouldn't it?
Yep, that's right.
So all three have been poisoned with Ball's Caress, which is a very nasty poison. And you said you had one other thing you were going to do.
Yeah, I just kind of wondering about what's going on at the place we're going.
Okay. So you're going to do a rouse check. And you're going to roll intelligence plus auspex. Wow. Roscoe, you're on it tonight. You rolled a 10 for that rouse check. So you got
That's 4 successful in a row.
Yep. There went all of his rolls tonight. It's intelligence plus auspex. Plus you get your power bonus of an extra die. And let's see what he gets. He is on a roll tonight, everybody. 6 successes so far.
Oh, why not?
You going to willpower that one? You have, wow, impressive, 8 successes. So as you all get closer to this building that you're coming up on, you all see Roscoe's eyes go unfocused. Roscoe, you have 8 questions you can ask me.
Okay.
They have to be generally specific, but not... You can ask one and then refine your next question based on the first one. But you have 8 questions. For those that don't know, Roscoe just used clairvoyance.
Is Capone in residence?
As you're approaching the building, and you soar through the building with your sight, out-of-body sight, you do find an interior room. It looks like it's part of the suite system, but it's a whole section isolated from daylight. And you see a man you recognize from pictures smoking a cigar in one of the chairs.
Okay, that's one. Is there any particular route that we need to take that would we could to get to him?
Okay. when you go in and you eyeball through, you find where the elevator is, and you see where it opens up onto the suite. It actually opens up into a small hallway that leads to the suite, but you can see a route from once you get off that elevator that will take you to the interior section that is obviously set up to isolate them from any outside. That's 2.
Okay. Are there any? Can I tell if there are any traps set or alarms set?
You wouldn't be able to see the alarms unless they were obvious alarms.
Okay. Is there anyone else in the room that's suite with him?
Yes, there's 2 men, one kind of, actually both of them no-necked, big dudes. They're leaning against the wall. And there's also 2 others in the room with him with Tommy guns and suits that currently drinking from a crystal glasses, tumblers of some kind. They still have the weapons on a strap around them, but they're not holding them at the ready. They're just seem to be relaxing with him.
Okay. Now the entrance route, does that say that's 4 now, right?
Mm-hmm.
The entrance coming in, will that give us surprise coming up behind these guys with the Tommy guns?
No, the room he's in, the doorway, your guess is there's no way you can get through the door that comes off beside the elevator without alerting anybody, because it's obviously locked and barred from the inside. So they're going to hear you go through that first door one way or another. That's 5. Always tough to come up with questions out of the blue like this.
Yeah.
If any other players would like to have you offer a suggestion, please do. I don't mind that being allowed, because it's not like you're not in the elevator with him. You've seen when eyes go unfocused and blank like that, you know from Eleanor what that means.
How many are in the windowed portion of the suite?
Is that one of your questions you're going to look for?
Yes.
He's got 10 others scattered about the rest of the suite. They don't seem to be napping, but they seem to be relaxing. Some are quite vigilant. Looks like 4 of them were quite vigilant. All of them have Tommy guns on straps with them. Nobody seems to go. Matter of fact, you see one head to the bathroom and he still has his weapon with him. That would make 6, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where is these? There's one, I believe. Is there a secret route from where Capone is to the elevator? Like, is there any other entrance that Capone can use to get out of the room?
Yeah.
Besides the one we're coming in.
When you search around and to find that, you're looking behind walls, pushing your vision around the area. You do find a very odd spot. You're not sure how it would open, but it's in the main area of the place. It's a fire escape chute that has the cloth that slows your rate of descent when you go through it, one of the cloth tubes that looks like it goes straight to the basement.
Okay. Now I'll tell people that. He does seem to have an escape route.
To the basement.
To the basement.
That would be your guess. It may not, but from where you are, unless you want to waste one of your whole questions to see where it leads, it looks like, from what you can see, it goes straight to the basement.
Oh, well, that was 7 so far. Unless anyone else has any other questions, I'd like to be definite about where that comes out.
Doesn't look like it. So you push your vision all the way down. It goes all the way down. It looks like it goes into a 3rd sub-basement before it ends up in a pile of, it looks like old mattresses cushion the fall, because even though it slows it, you still don't want to risk anything. But it's definitely on the 3rd sub-basement level, because you can even see SB3.
We could, yeah. So his escape route goes down all the way into the basement. We could cut back on the risk.
You are back on in your body again, by the way.
Okay, we could cut down on our risk by doing a diversion that makes him scared and run for the exit, and have us waiting at the bottom for him.
What's this about an escape tube?
Yes.
He's got an escape?
Yeah, he's gotten a fire escape tube that he could get into and take him all the way down into the basement, sub-basement.
The third one, I thought I heard you say.
Yeah, that's right.
Basement 3.
Yeah. Connected to tunnels, you think?
Oh, there's definitely an undercity route to it. At least the sewer system down that low. That's the bottom level. So once we go in through there, that's the generator. Even got some shit to pump the water table down, keep it from flooding. I mean, we could get in there. It'd be funnier if we could tie that little escape tube up. Watch him jump in it and just stay there. But
You know
that'd
what
be kind of hard.
could be fun? Lighting a fire at the end of it.
That would be very useful. His cloth wouldn't be there.
If those are the escape things, they're generally
Fire retardant?
fire retardant. They're made, I've heard of those before. They don't use them that often, but it's basically a series of reducing cloths over and over, and it just slows your fall to something lower than shit, you're dead.
Jackie has roused for toughness.
Okay. And you get hungrier.
Mm-hmm.
And your beast actually speaks in your head. It's time to remove that stain from the ventral line.
And then Jackie repeats back, and ensure that power doesn't go to waste.
Nicholas, you get hungrier too. And Nicholas, in your head, you actually hear Izzy's voice. Are you sure you're going to be able to do this? Are you sure you're able to kill like the rest of them? Sentence them to what I am? Then your beast does a very un-Izzy-like laugh to go with it.
While they've been talking, Genevieve roused for toughness, and she's sprouted her traditional claws.
Okay. And you made both your rouse checks.
I'm also going to surge dexterity.
Okay. Jackie, you get hungrier again. You're going into this.
Mm-hmm.
As always, the Jackie trend continues.
For combat, she gets really hangry.
Yep. Not going to have your beast talk again. It already just spoke.
Mhm.
It's so. What is your plan as you're coming in? You know his escape route now, at least, so
Mm-hmm.
you know damn well where he's going to run if he tries to run. Now, fortunately, Roscoe, I will tell you the room he's in is not that close, and for him to run to the escape room, he's going to have to run through the direction you're going to be coming through.
And we're going to leave Nicholas and Etienne and Peter at the elevator.
Now, he won't have to hit the elevator to escape that way.
Oh, okay.
But
Well, hopefully some of his people in the main area are distracted by what's going on downstairs. Right about what now, LeBron?
Yep, should be right about, now.
now you're too high up to actually see the vehicle come plowing into the building. But you do see all of a sudden the building go dark for a second as the helicopter is pulling onto the pad and landing. The whole building goes dark, even the helipad lights shut off.
Mm-hmm.
And it's only for about a second before they come back on very dim.
Mm-hmm. Excellent, let's go.
And as the helicopter sets down and this coterie is going in, right here, I think, is a great place to go to break, everybody. When we come back from break, you're going to see the assault on Capone's little hideout. Please enjoy the break. We'll see you in 10 minutes.
Allow me to introduce myself, though I fear you've heard my name, that you've heard the story of Countess Bathory. History is told by the victors, heroic warriors, and mad kings. Will you hear my story from the lips of Bathory? They call me King Demon, Queen of Hell, sadistic killer, a monster tale, bathing in the blood of virgins, beautiful, drinking the blood of virgins, beautiful, the blood countess. Who is she really? Who is she really? Blood countess. Who is she really? Or je blood Bathory? I was very wealthy and powerful, a widow with political rivals keen to destroy me and take my property. My plea was never offered, all my confessors were all tortured, or how they destroyed me for my property. They put me up, shut me up, shut me up, put me up, bring me up, shut me up, and told a story of a bitch called Bathory. Let's a king demon, queen of hell, sadistic killer, a monster tale, bathing in the blood of virgins, beautiful, drinking the blood of virgins, beautiful, the blood countess. Who is she really? Who is she really? Blood countess. Who is she really? Or je blood Bathory? Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within. I've always been the hunter, nothing on my tail. But there was something in you I knew could make that change. To capture a predator who can't remain the prey, you have to become an equal in every way. So look in the mirror and tell me, who do you see? Is it still you, or is it me? Become the beast, we don't have to hide. Do I terrify you, or do you feel alive? Do you feel the hunger, does it howl inside? Does it terrify you, or do you feel alive? Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. So embrace the darkness, and I will help you see that you can be limitless and fearless if you follow me. We are the lions in the world of lies. We are the predators, the hunters, the hunters, the hunters. Become the beast, we don't have to hide. Do I terrify you? Do you feel alive? Do you feel the hunger? Does it howl inside? Does it terrify you? Or do you feel alive? Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. Splinters of my soul cut through your skin to burrow within. Do you burrow within? Do you feel the hunger? Does it howl inside? Does it terrify you? Or do you feel alive?
Welcome back. Before the break, they're assaulting Al Capone in a temporary one-night haven. Where we left off, they were all just now getting off the elevator right as the power had been cut
Off the helicopter.
off the helicopter pad. And as you pile out, Nick and Tony get out. Rocky, thank you for flying Rocky Air. If you would leave your seats in the upright position and your tray tables forward, I'll be right here when you come back.
Thank you, Rocky.
And you hear Nick mutter something about, always, thinks he's funny. And Jenny, you got hungrier.
It's
And your beast actually speaks. It's time. Show them why we were feared for so long. Time to make them all understand.
Genevieve just kind of internally is just like, it is indeed time, as she flexes her fingers and goes invisible. She will then, of course, once she's felt it kick in, she will kind of tap the team on the back so they can see her. So,
And as you get on the elevator, you see Nick pull out a key and puts it in and turns it. And it starts riding down as he pushes a floor about 4 floors below where you are. Now, as you get on this elevator, all of you feel the hairs on the back of your neck are standing up. You're all standing in a cold draft at once. It is almost like biting on tinfoil as you're standing in this elevator.
Nicholas will turn on Oblivion Sight.
Okay. And as you activate Oblivion Sight, Nicholas, this is not a giant elevator. It's big enough to hold you all. Which is what? You've got 6 plus...
2 more. 8.
No, plus 2 on top of that at the impeder. You've got 10 in the elevator.
Mm-hmm.
There's at least 15 ghosts lined up in this elevator, shoulder to shoulder, front to back, taking up the entire elevator with you.
What do they look like?
They're all different ages, different sizes. All of them have a very blank look on their face, but the moment you activate Oblivion Sight, they all turn to look at you. Some of them even turn in their whole body, and they're all staring at you at once.
What is it, Nicholas?
There are 15 or so ghosts, spirits, in this elevator, all looking at me.
Do they work for him?
I almost wonder if they're victims of his. Do you work for him?
And as one, they all speak at the same time. Work for who?
Capone.
No. We work for her.
They work for a woman.
Excellent. We're not here for a woman. We're here for Capone.
What is the name of the one you work for?
She has many names. And again, they all speak at once. If she wishes you to know one to call her, she will tell you.
Noted.
We won't let you go below the 20th floor. That is hers.
Understood.
And then they all turn back to the way they were facing.
We are not to go below the 20th floor.
What of the escape tunnels? In the underground?
My understanding is if we were to go outside of the 20th floor, is that acceptable?
And again, they all turn to face you. Do not take the elevator below the 20th floor.
Noted. Anyway, but the 20th. Anyway, but the elevator.
Understood.
Did I miss something?
No.
We're full of ghosts.
Yes.
Yeah, we got.
Creepy, isn't it?
Don't worry, Nick. We've got people inside us right now. They didn't pay the price of admission, so.
Look, I have rules against that.
Yeah, I know. So do I.
Call consent.
So do I.
I only pitch, I don't catch.
Oh, sometimes it's fun to play both sides.
And you hear Tony, he laughs, and you swear he mutters under his breath, except that weekend in Madrid. As he's looking at Nick.
What happened in Madrid, Nick?
Tony.
And Nicholas will actually put a hand on Nick's shoulder and say, there's a first for all of us.
It is a fun time. I'm just going to say that. Man, you know, cocaine parties and shit happens, man.
There's a startling lack of focus in this elevator.
I was about to say, I was just reminded of the lack of professionalism a couple nights ago, and now I'm feeling like this elevator is...
No, we are going to, once the elevator opens.
It is common for people to make jokes when confronted with their mortality.
And the elevator's going pretty slow because it's on emergency power. It's not running full speed right now.
Also, it's not like we can do anything right now. We're stuck in an elevator. We can be quiet this whole time.
Yeah. The quiet helps focus you and prepare for the fact that you are about to do something horrific, hopefully.
Nick looks, I don't think I've ever been in an elevator without the music playing. It kind of feels odd.
Nicholas, I would like for you to follow Lamar. Peter and Etienne, you will go with Nicholas. Lamar, open the door to the main area silently, please.
I will, and
drop everyone in there.
Peter Etienne, stay behind me when I do. I've got something in mind.
Actually, Nicholas, keep them at the elevator until he says clear.
Noted.
And the elevator door opens. And when it opens, you're in a small, maybe 10-foot long hallway that ends in a rather ornate large door.
The rest of us go with Jenny.
So as you move down, Lamar, you come to this door. Big, it's heavy, it's wood.
I activate Silence of Death.
Okay. Go
Izzy.
ahead. Silence of Death. That one is actually, that is not a rouse check. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I also ready my weapon. I hold up 3 fingers.
Now, to get through the door, give me strength athletics.
While he's doing this, Nicholas is just quietly to Izzy ask if she can see where they are in the room.
I'm going to rouse to surge.
Okay. So you say that to Izzy, and your necklace goes cold briefly, and You think she's doing something. She didn't talk. Though all those ghosts are still staring at you from the elevator. They didn't move. They just stare. Hey, you
Oh,
didn't
they're
get hungrier.
guards.
So now you're going to do 7 dice? Yep, 7 dice for your strength plus brawl, or strength athletics to bust this door through.
And I have prowess, so I get to add, I believe, 1 extra.
You get to add half your thing rounded up. Yes. You have potence with prowess, so you can add an extra die to it. So 8 dice to break the door down. Look at that. Lamar's come a long way. We'll see what he gets. See if he can bust his door in. And you get, once it finishes lagging out, eventually, 6 successes. That's enough. Lamar slams his shoulder into the door, gun in hand. And, I mean, it's a heavy wood door, but it just can't handle the vampiric strength that hit it. And it just crashes off its hinges.
Does it do so silently?
A silence of death puts a field right around you. The question is how big of an area and whether large noises are protected. And let me look and see. It might drop, but it should mute it some. Silences footsteps, clothing, minor collisions, and other sounds on your person. Makes them undetectable if the observers could only notice them by sound. It does not eliminate sounds you make outside your personal space, throwing or dropping objects, or slamming doors, for example. So, with a loud crash, the door flies open. And Lamar, you're staring down a lot of Tommy guns. And the lights in this room, they are emergency lights, but they're also blinking at the moment.
Lamar will then use Stygian Shroud.
Okay.
And he will center it on the group of people in the suite. Like, he's trying to encompass as many as possible.
Right now, you've got 6 of them pointing guns at you. So you can get all 6 of them because they're the ones that you can see. You can catch them all in it.
Yep.
But I am going to need you to roll Dex Athletics, please, at the same time.
Okay.
So let me get mine ready.
Gotta look at something real quick.
I'm going to roll a generic roll. My quick combat way of doing it. And then I'll just go in and spread around how many successes I rolled in both directions to figure out what happens.
If it matters, Lamar has rapid reflexes.
So you do not take a 2-die penalty that you would otherwise have due to being in the open, because you don't have cover as the door come off.
You said Dex plus athletics?
Dex Athletics or Death
And you
Athletics.
have body armor on.
Yep, that's going to reduce some of the successes they do. It'll lower the damage. But this is still probably going to be painful unless they all miss. Depends on how well you roll.
Did it only roll 1 die there?
Yep, it only rolled 1 die. Don't know
Oh,
why.
it was.
Nope, there it is, 8. Dex Athletics plus your Blood Surge
With a messy crit.
with a messy crit. With 8.
Did you do your rouse check for it?
Yes.
Okay.
Bullets, as this black field, everyone can see the edge of it because it partially encompasses Lamar as it comes up. Now, Etienne and Peter were told to stay back. They stay back out of it, but you all can see just the edge of a black field that pops up in the room, and bullets fly every which way.
But the sound is muffled.
Lamar, that's a lot of successes. You take 2 superficial. That's it. From 6 different Tommy guns unloading, you take 2 superficial. body armor stopped a number of them. A lot of them ended up in the door frame. And some of them ended up in the door that you knocked into the room. And now, Lamar, this is your Stygian Shroud, so you can see through it without Oblivion Sight because you're the one who created it. You see them immediately gasping and dropping. I mean, it's like it not only they can't breathe, but the air's sucked out of their lungs because it's almost a vacuum where they're in as they drop their guns. So, what are you doing, Lamar?
As they start dropping, Lamar's going to move into the room, and he's going to look for the next group that he can see.
Okay. What's everyone else doing?
Heading to the other door to the private
Okay,
area.
you'd have to get through. You're going to leave Peter and Etienne behind. The vampires are going to run through the edge of the shroud to get to the other room.
Yeah, Nicholas is with Etienne and Peter, going to follow Lamar once he says it's clear.
So,
Yep. And that's what Nicholas is waiting on, is the all clear from Lamar.
I suppose you're going to be using Jenny as the guide for it because she has eyes of the beast and can see through the shroud. Though it's dimmer, she can see through it. And as she leads you all through this edge of the shroud, as Lamar is sweeping the place, it's cold. It's hot and cold at the same time. It's uncomfortable, but not painful to a kindred. But it feels unnatural. It's the cling of death. It's a darkness of eternity as you cut through it.
Isabella's felt it very recently.
Yeah, you've been in it recently. It's not pleasant, but it's manageable. And as Lamar, you're sweeping through the room, you don't see any other guards up on this floor in this main area. It seems the distraction pulled a number of them down, 4 of them down, as a matter of fact, because there was 10 in this room. 4 of them are not here.
So once Lamar can see that these guys have actually dropped and passed out, like they're not going to get up, he will dispel the Stygian Shroud and give...
Does the rest of the group go through the other door? That's the question. You're going to go through without waiting for the Stygian Shroud. So, Lamar, you're still out there waiting for them to suffocate. They take one aggravated a turn until they die. So, the rest of the group, you're at a door that Roscoe has said. Now, it's not in the Stygian Shroud, the door itself, because you just had to pass through the edges of it to get to it. And you all are standing in front of a wooden door.
Before Jenny opens it, Jackie pushes the little button on her cane, takes out her sword, has the cane part in one hand and the sword in the other.
Okay. Nicholas, as you're moving down and watching, there's a stairwell that you're watching, the fire stairwell. You hear footsteps in the stairwell as you, Peter, and Etienne are watching the stairwell.
Nicholas will point to it and just say, "Company is coming."
Okay. Who is opening the door?
Genevieve is just going to whisper, "I'm going to open the door." And I'm assuming the door it's just like a swing door, correct?
Yes, it's an interior door. It swings into the room.
Okay.
Doors always swing into a room.
Genevieve is just going to say, "I'm going to open the door and I'm going to go left and sweep the room from that direction. I will fall upon the first of the meatheads."
Okay. You open the door. As you open the door, everyone except Lamar and Nicholas, give me Dex Athletics, please.
Mm-hmm. Do my acrobatics count?
Sure.
Thank you.
Because as the door
I still
opens,
surge.
You can surge, yes. As the door opens, there's a click noise as the door opens. And it's not the click of the door.
That's going to be a willpower.
got mine. Let's see what people got here.
I got 4.
You got 4. Jenny, you have 5. Roscoe? Oh, Roscoe. Now, your body armor will protect you from some of the damage, thankfully. But we have toughness that helps. Isabella, you got 1. Minus your body armor. Isabella, you do not have toughness, correct?
Nope.
Isabella, you take 3 superficial. Jackie, you have toughness. You take 1 superficial.
Also body armor.
Right, one's the minimum.
Okay.
Roscoe, you had 1 success. 2, because you willpowered. So, Roscoe, you also take 3 superficial. Jenny with a 6. Or did I have 6? Wait a minute.
She was unseen.
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
It's a trap.
Explosive. No, I had 5 successes
5
plus
successes?
body armor and toughness. So
You take 1.
Yep.
1 superficial. As it seems to be a small explosive device was planted on the door. And it
Really?
exploded into you. It wasn't very powerful. It wasn't enough to blow the whole room. That's why your body armor absorbed most of it. Lamar, you can hear it because unfortunately it's not in the Stygian shroud. And silence of death don't stop it. You hear, sounds like a tin can mine of all things. Tin can full of nails with some gunpowder.
Jackie looks down at it and she's like, cute little toy. And she walks right in with her sword and her cane.
Okay, so as you step in the room, you notice the tables are turned over.
Mm-hmm.
And there's, you know for a fact that there's 5 guys in there. Now, you can only see
5 guys? There were 3 in there.
Capone, 2 others, and 2 guards that were just lounging around the room.
Okay, so...
The 2 guards that were lounging around the room,
Oh, that's right.
they're behind the table with Tommy guns leveled.
But their eyes are looking at us.
Capone is behind the table, but the other 2, Jenny, when you storm in the room after the explosion and push left, you run right into one of them.
perfect.
Jackie's going to rouse for mesmerized, and she's going to tell the one looking at her, shoot his buddy.
You're going to roll that one.
Yes, I am.
Can Isabella do that with the other one looking at them?
Let me roll a die to see, because you don't know which one she's looking at. You can roll it. You'll find out whether you did the same one as her or not after you use it.
Okay.
So for mesmerize, you're rolling intelligence plus resolve.
No.
Or no, manipulation dominate.
Manipulation dominate.
And I roll intelligence plus resolve.
Mm-hmm. And I need to add a +2 because it doesn't do it right.
Oh. I probably need to add 2 to mine then as well.
I think hers is from the surge.
Oh, okay.
She gets 1 and another bonus.
No, because it doesn't do the right gen thing.
It's not a power bonus of 2. It's a power bonus only 1.
Oh, okay, sorry. So remove 1.
I still get 1 though,
Yeah.
right?
You both get 1 extra die for your power bonus.
I got
That's
4.
correct. Okay, there's my 2 rolls. So, Jackie, you need to re-roll yours. I'm not taking 1 away, because
Okay.
I'd just take your success from you.
Okay.
So, re-roll, please.
Mine
Any way to
becomes
do
a
it
5
fair.
with a crit.
5 with a crit, okay?
Wait. No, that's 6 with a
6,
crit.
okay?
I did the math wrong.
I will take that, but I'm also going to willpower.
Jackie has 6 so far with a messy crit. And in situations like this, like a messy crit
That's
matter,
7 with a messy crit.
as you command that, let's get the rest of the people. What is everybody else doing? And then we'll have it play out. Jenny, you've got 1 in your face. I assume you're going to be fighting whoever that is.
Yeah, she's just gonna fall upon them.
Okay.
So.
Roscoe?
I will go towards the one closest to me with my punch knives out.
Okay, so that'd be the one on the right. That Jenny went left, you swept right and ran right into the second guy.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll have this play out. The 2 guys that are behind the things with Tommy guns, They look at each other and open fire on each other
Excellent.
because I rolled a 6, which 6 and above was the one Jackie did not mesmerize. So guess what? You got lucky. Those two open up on each other.
Excellent.
At close range, we might as well count those two
Dead.
dead. There's no way at close range 2 mortals are surviving Tommy guns unloading.
Mm-mm.
That's just...
And they might have even shot a few others in the room.
Now, Jenny, you're fighting 1. So that's going to be brawl, right? Strength brawl or dex brawl?
Yep, I'll do Dex Brawl. I surged earlier for Dex, so I've got my +2, +1 for claws, and Brawl. And I'm re-rolling that.
You've
'cause
got 2
holy
so
shit.
far.
That's 5 with a crit.
5 with a crit. That is correct. He ended up with 3. You got 5 with a crit. So your margin is 2. Coming in with your claws. So the base damage is 4. He has armor as well. It lowers it, but it's non-halved, so he takes damage. You manage to cut into him. Now you feel the armor he's wearing, but you still draw blood. Well, not blood, but you still cut undead flesh. That is not a pin, by the way. My guy liner is not a pin. Okay, I'm marking the damage so I can track how much you've done to him. Roscoe, go ahead and do yours. Yours is going to be strength or dex plus melee.
And it's going to be pretty much the same.
Use your specialty if you have it.
Yep.
Yep.
You have a specialty in knives. Add your bonus die to that. And you've got 2 so far. 2 successes. He got 5. He punches you, Roscoe, and he wins the melee. So as you come in with your knife, he kind of steps to the side. You're warned he can scrap. And he punches you. His margin was 3, but it hits a lot harder than that. He's got 6 on you, minus your body armor, and then halved. You take 2 superficial wounds from his return hit.
Okay, well, that hurts.
Mm-hmm. And now Capone's turn. Isabella, I need you to roll intelligence plus resolve. If you have unswayable mind, please add a bonus die to that. Capone looks at you and tells
What was the
you
roll again?
it's going to be intelligence resolve. Capone looks at you and tells you
Surge.
to kill Jackie.
What the fuck?
And so you know, doesn't matter if it's not a command you would follow.
Oh shit, he's got rationalize.
No, he's got terminal decree.
He's got terminal decree.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, willpower that.
Meep.
Nope. That's all right. That's still good. 6 with a crit.
And I've got
Sweet.
one more die. You can feel it pull at you, and your hand twitches a bit. But you barely managed to avoid that command. Barely. He had 5 against your 6.
Don't worry, Isabella. I'm going to take care of him.
Now, we're going to do one more round, but we're going to flash to Nicholas. Nicholas, they're getting close to the door. And as you're waiting on the door, Peter and Etienne already have their guns leveled at the door. They're watching the handle.
I'm going to, or Nicholas would sort of, because I'm assuming this works like a regular emergency door where it's going to open up into the stairwell.
Yep. It always opens to the end of the stairwell. That's correct.
So Nicholas will go towards not where the hinge is, but where the handle side is, and sort of sit against the wall, but facing it.
Okay.
waiting for it to open for him to get within a hand's reach of somebody, and just sort of like kneeling down so they're like over him,
Okay.
focusing on the door. Yeah, he's waiting to reach out and touch someone.
Well, as soon as the door handle starts to turn, Peter lets loose with a shotgun blast right into the door. And you hear the scream on the other side of the door. That's point blank right into the door. You know where they're on the other side of it. And then Etienne, since you're on one side of the wall, he starts spraying his Mac up and down around the other side of the door frame to punch through the wall there on the other side in case anyone was laying against the side of the wall. And you hear another scream from the hallway or from the stairwell as they're getting cut into. But you do notice something else odd. 4 of the spirits have gotten off the elevator and are coming towards you. Now we're flashing back inside. What is everyone's rounds this turn? Next turn, this is the last one, Lamar. After this turn, you have killed everybody in the outer room, and you'll be free to enter the fray next round.
Jackie goes right up to Capone.
Okay.
And she actually attempts to stake him.
Good luck on that one. So that's your action this turn. You're going to be able to roll strength or dex plus melee. If you have a
With the sword
specialization.
cane? Yes, I do.
Yep, go ahead. What is everybody else? Isabella?
She's probably pretty pissed at Capone for trying to control her. She's probably gonna take the newfound knife or the newly enchanted knives that Roscoe gave her and try and take a few slashes at Capone.
Okay. 8 is impressive, Jeff.
With a messy crit.
Very impressive. I gotta do mine. Do mine here. Not his normal dice pool, but he's got some other bonuses. You're not the only ones who surge. Okay. We'll come back to that in a second.
Okay.
Isabella, you're moving in with your knives?
Yep.
Okay. You can roll your dex or strength, pick one plus melee. It's up to you. You have a specialization in knives. Don't forget to add your bonus die. Jenny,
Yeah.
what are you doing? You're straight up fighting this guy?
I assume she's just she's trying to continue basically just like to claw either his head off or if she can get through the body armor because yeah.
That's going to be your strength or dex plus melee. Or brawl. Sorry, brawl.
Oh, that's 5 with a crit, Isabella.
Yep. Isabella got 5 with a crit. That's nice.
And
That
2,
could got
engaging him helps reduce his numbers.
Yep, because he's going to roll again now against your attack. He has 1 less die for that one, though. Okay. Keeping a note here. Jenny, you've got 4. And he's going to roll his. Roscoe, you can do your attack again.
Okay.
I think we should activate the La Sombra merit.
For who, Roscoe?
Yes.
Gives him 2 automatic successes.
Mm-hmm.
So do your normal roll, Roscoe, but you get +2.
Plus 2 die?
No, +2 successes
Oh, okay.
automatically.
Automatically added to your total.
Yep.
And then it's considered a messy crit.
Yeah, but does it matter? So Roscoe has 3, plus 2 more. You have 5 with a messy crit.
Mhm.
He has 5,
It's messy crit?
but it in favor of attacker or not, it's counted as a crit.
Mm-hmm.
Goes in favor of the crit by default. So you managed to land your shot on him barely, Roscoe, barely, but you catch him with your weapon. Your balls caress. Now you're going to roll strength plus blood sorcery. And it's versus stamina and occult. This is where Roscoe needs his good roll. Now you burned off all your good rolls on your thing. You gonna burn off more willpower?
Yeah,
That'd be
last
getting
one.
painful.
It is.
You're actually full. You've used all your willpower. That is painful. 4. You got 2. Your margin is 2. You did 2 aggravated damage. As his blade cuts him, it manages to catch a piece of skin barely, but where it touches, the kindred skin turns black. And you can see the poison has seeped into him. Now, we're going to resolve Jenny's. Jenny, you had, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. It was a tie with Jenny, but that means it goes to you. You've done 2 damage. Once again, you claw into his armor. And you're hurting him, but not doing a lot to him. Seems his skin is supernaturally tough. It appears you've got the Ventru, while Roscoe got the Bruja. Not the ideal matchup. Now for the other 2, Jackie, as you come in and try to stake him, you had 8 successes.
With a crit.
With a crit. He had an unnatural movement. Extremely fast. You can tell he's surged something.
Mm-hmm.
Because he ended up with 9. And that is not faked. He rolled 9 with a crit.
That's ridiculous.
So he manages to step aside. Now, unfortunately,
He steps right into Isabella.
he steps into Isabella because his roll for Isabella was only 4. Isabella manages to catch him with the blade. So, Isabella, you're going to roll, because you have Balls Caressed as well, you're going to roll 7 dice against his, which is his stamina, and he can roll his fortitude.
Is there an easy way to roll 7 in fantasy
Yes,
ground?
you right click on the black die under the chat. You're going to click 4, and then you basically right click on the die that you get in your hand until it counts up to 7.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
That's the easy way to make a pool. 4 successes.
You know what? Can I roll power damage? I forget.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Brad just disconnected. He's out of the fight. He lost his fantasy ground. Ooh,
And
that's a crit.
that didn't include my hunger dice. There, so you know. It didn't count.
We
as one
wouldn't
as a
use hunger dice for this particular one.
Okay.
So 4, 5, 7 successes
With a crit.
with a crit. His defense was 3. He takes 4 aggravated from that alone.
Nice.
Let me mark
Isabella was tired of his shit. How dare you?
this. And you can see the black shoots up where he stepped right into your dagger, and you managed to stab him with it. And when it stabbed him, you can see the blood shoot up in him. I mean, his whole body turns black up where the veins would be, as this poisoned ichor that's in him goes up. Oh, I gotta change that.
You should have let me stake you, idiot.
Now we're flashing back to Roscoe. Or not Roscoe, Nicholas. Nicholas. Return fire comes back through the door. I need, because it's going not just through the door, the whole frames. I need athletics plus dex from you. Etienne's. I can find his character sheet again. You know. Then I need Peter. Not quite as good as Etienne. Interesting. So, Nicholas, you got 2. You have body armor on, and you have toughness, correct?
Correct.
The bullets slam into you, and you take 1 superficial, as they're not doing much to your undead flesh. Peter manages to completely avoid the shots coming through. Unfortunately, Etienne is not so lucky. His armor does reduce the damage, but Etienne, being immortal, takes 2 aggravated from a bullet wound. It doesn't stop the return fire from Etienne and Peter as they're still unloading. Nicholas. A hand punches through the wall right beside your head.
Like my side going out or
Yeah.
their side coming in?
From their side, punched right beside the wall, right beside your head. You can see a hand suddenly to your right.
Sweet. I reach out and grab it.
Okay. It's a big old meaty hand hock of a ham fist.
I could care less.
Now, this is, I'm not going to make you roll to hit him.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like if you can't grab a hand right beside you,
That's legit kind of stuck in a wall.
roll intelligence plus oblivion. That's all you got to roll.
And because of that fun, +1. Intelligence. Yeah, willpower. What the hell?
Yeah, in this case, I don't make you roll to hit him. I mean, it's a hand like right here by your head. You can just lean your head sideways and touch it with your forehead. He's right there waiting on it. 4 successes? That is enough. And you can feel your oblivion, the seep of death, the taint of entropy seep into him.
As you take my stains.
Yep. May decide. In this case, you need to roll your rouse check still, but no stain by default. You got to roll your rouse check to see if you get a stain. Only if he rolls a 10 or a 1.
He got a stain.
What did he roll?
I knew.
He rolled a 10.
A 10.
Please take your stain from using your oblivion power again. Just mark
So
it
I
as a stain.
actually, so I didn't realize that the system for it actually incurs 2 to use. So I've got 2.
Oblivion, I thought only incurs 1.
Necrotic Plague uses 2.
Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah, you're screwed.
I'm about to join that 4 Humanity.
That 4 Humanity Club.
Yeah, you're in deep shit right there.
Oh,
As
no,
you
you
see-
might be part of a.
Weeping sores open up on this hand that's punched through the wall. Big pus filled. I mean, they just instantly form right in front of your eyes. Because he just punched a wall, not only did they form, half of them broke. And it's a sick smell. Very disgusting. Now we're flashing back to the rest of the coterie inside. Lamar, you can participate this time in the fight.
All right, so these guys are dead?
Oh yeah, they've stopped moving. They're not choking, making gasps, anything. And you are in on this fight. So I'm going to come around to you in a minute. Jackie, what are you doing?
I'm going to attempt to stake him now that he's damaged and
Okay.
2 have engaged him.
Okay.
Because I
So-
do want to park his ass.
So who is going to engage first? Remember, because that determines his defense pool.
Isabella can engage first.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because she's furious.
Okay. So Isabella and Jackie, you can both roll your attacks. Jenny, I know what you're going to do. You're going to keep fighting. Roscoe, have you got another plan yet? Or are you going to keep doing the same thing you're doing and just delay the fight? Keep the guy busy.
I'm not going to keep him busy.
Because that's
I have
pretty
a
much what you're doing.
I have a question real quick.
Yes.
Because like Etienne and Peter were sort of quote unquote lent to Nicholas as like coterie business, would the conviction of loyalty with loyalty, would that offset it?
You
Either of those
cannot
stains?
offset the oblivion stains.
Yeah.
That is a
Gotcha.
direct result of the power of death seeping into your
I had
blood.
to try.
I understand. So Roscoe, you can roll yours and then we'll go to Lamar. Your turn. What are you going to do?
No willpower in that.
No, you unless you want to start taking aggravated willpower, which will take a long time to come back.
Nope.
Lamar, what is your plan?
Lamar is going to so Isabella and Jackie are both on Capone.
Yep.
Jackie legit hollers, assist Jenny.
All right, done. And Lamar will summon the arms.
Okay. So, and because you don't even have to run into room to summon them, you can see, because the fight isn't like they're standing there doing this. They're kind of moving around a bit. You can see them to summon your arms. I will let you roll for your arms of Amram before his attack. We'll see if you screw up his attack, which is wits plus oblivion.
It's my rouse check, and then
We'll see. He gets to roll resolve plus composure, which is Aventru. That's a better area to fight. Yep, wits oblivion for Lamar. We'll see if it fucks up his attack so Jenny can really put it down on him. And then we'll come back to everybody else's. I might as well roll for Capone's against that one, which is for
Isabella first.
Isabella first.
And Jackie got 7.
Isabella got 0. I can't spend willpower.
That's
I
all
won't
right. You
spend
engaged
willpower.
him. That reduces
Yeah.
his chance to resist mine. And it
Yeah.
prevents risking killing him before.
Can't use that against Jackie at all. So he only has that mod going. I'm gonna
Just roll 3 dice, Lamar.
against Jackie's. Okay. Jesus Christ, Lamar. 9 successes?
10
10.
with a crit.
Jenny, as you're going to fight this guy, suddenly shadowy tendrils come up from the floor and wrap themselves around his arms. So his attack against you is nothing. He has 1 success against your 4. That's 3 plus 2. At this point, his armor is not very effective. You've finished that for him. So this time you cut a lot deeper than what he had before, shredding parts of his body. Roscoe, how many did you have?
1.
You're in deep shit.
Yep.
How many dice I got there? Nope, that's too many dice. I gotta put it back. My rolls have not been good this episode so far, but you got 1. He's got 5. His margin is 4 plus 3 for prowess. 7 minus your body armor because he's not using a bladed thing. You take 3 more superficial, Roscoe.
I'm already full up on superficial.
Now you are, right?
Yep. No, I mean, I was.
Oh, then you take 3. It shifts 3 to ag.
Mm-hmm.
You have
Okay.
2 health left before Roscoe is dead. Capone versus Jenny. Sounds like Lamar's going to have to change his focus of his arms here in a second. Jenny or Isabella versus Capone. Isabella, you had no successes?
Correct.
This is going to hurt.
Shit.
He got 6 against you. Do you have toughness?
No,
No? But you have body armor.
I do.
So his margin is 6 minus 2 for the body armor makes it 4. Halved, you take 2 superficial. He doesn't have a weapon. He's punching you.
That's not as bad as I thought it'd be.
That fills up your superficial track any more than you
Does
start
do that,
taking
though.
damage. Jackie, how many successes did you have?
7.
7? Okay. He had 5,
So I stake him.
but it's not enough to get it in the heart. Your margin was 2, but it's a stake. It's +2, which makes it 4. And then we take his toughness off. He takes 1 superficial and goes rigid.
Oh, he's in torpor. Excellent.
You actually hit it exactly on his health track.
Nice.
1 more damage and it would have killed him permanently.
Step away, everyone. Isabella, go help Roscoe.
Yeah, sure. I'll try not to die.
And I'm moving towards
you
Roscoe.
look at Roscoe, and Roscoe's pretty fucked up at this point.
We're both moving to Roscoe.
The second hit on Roscoe, the guy hit him, and his fist actually went into Roscoe's chest cavity, pushing the armor into it. I mean, you heard all his ribs snap. You only got 2 superficial left, Roscoe? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
He caved Roscoe's whole chest in.
Yeah. Roscoe, step back.
Yeah, I'll do the best I can.
So now we flash to Nicholas. You hear the guy on the other side of the wall that punched through it start throwing up.
Because I'll like keep a hold of him because I know where he is, and I'm just pointing towards like the other side of the wall, and was like, 1 more right here to Etienne and Peter.
You step aside some?
Yeah.
And Peter puts shotgun blast at point blank range right below the fist. And the fist slides right out of the wall. You've already hit him with a leprosy almost. And then he takes a shotgun blast. That guy, his fist just comes out. And Nicholas, the ghosts are just all standing around you now. Staring at you, watching you.
Help or be patient.
That's awesome.
One cocks its head and seems to be listening to something. And we'll come back to you in a second. No other shots come through the door. Flashback inside. Coterie, what are you doing?
Jackie's engaging the Bruja with the sword.
Okay. Leaving Capone right there because you stuck the cane half in him.
With her cane stuck in him.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Because he is parked.
Jackie is going against the Bruja that's fighting with Roscoe.
Mm-hmm.
Isabella?
I am too.
Okay. Isabella's jumping in. Jenny, you're fighting the one that's immobilized, or are you switching targets while he's immobilized?
No, I just did a frenzy check. I don't know if I passed or failed. Genevieve is livid at this point because she's pissed that she is like failing at this one thing that she had to do. So
I'll consider that physical provocation or insulted by inferior. It's only 2. That's all you need for a frenzy check, and you had 3.
You passed.
Okay.
You managed to hold on to it.
You can still be angry, though.
You're still angry, though. Your beast is snarling.
She'll just keep tearing into this guy because she is fucking pissed. She's going to go till she's scratching tile underneath his fucking corpse. So,
Okay. So Jenny is fighting that. Roscoe, what are you trying to do?
I'm going to be trying to disengage.
Okay.
And can I also use a power while disengaging?
You can use a power every turn if you want.
Okay.
What are you planning to use?
I'm going to extinguish Vitae.
Okay. Lamar, what are you doing?
Lamar has to hold this guy. He has to hold this guy down since he's using the arms.
Okay. You're going to hold down which one? The one that Jenny has been fighting?
Yes.
Okay. So we've got a whole bunch of rolls going. I'm going to do them right around the table. Okay.
Jackie got 5.
Jackie, come in first. We'll deal with you in a minute, Roscoe.
With her poisoned blade.
Wow. 1, 2, 3, 4 10s on the dice. I got 10. So margin is 5 plus his potence. 8 minus your toughness, right?
And the armor.
Yep, and the armor. So the armor makes it back down to 6. Your fortitude makes it down to 3. Then we have it. Or no, yep, it's halved because even with prowess, even lethal body is still halved. You take 2 damage, superficial, from that hit. Roscoe needs more fortitude. He needs toughness. Isabella, your turn.
But I've
4.
engaged
You
him,
had
so
4?
it reduces his
Yep.
pool.
Isabella, you don't manage to get a hold of him. He had 5, but he can only hurt one person around. He can't hurt multiple people without splitting his pool. So as you come in to hit him, he manages to dodge yours. And Roscoe, you're attempting to disengage. Jenny, what did you get?
4 again.
That's 3 damage plus 2, so it's 5. His armor's useless, minus his toughness. This time you managed to cut him pretty deep. This is the 3rd time in a row.
Does toughness doesn't do anything against ag? Aren't claws ag?
No, they're not ag. They're normal,
Oh, okay.
Against Kindred.
but it's not halved. Against Kindred, they're normal, but it's not halved. This time you cut large rents into his body. He's definitely feeling it at this point. You manage to get a hand right into his stomach cavity.
What are the Nos doing?
Oddly enough, you don't know.
Okay.
You haven't seen them since you entered the room. Funny that somebody finally asks where the Nos were. You haven't seen Nick or Tony at all. They were behind you all when you went in. Nicholas, you haven't seen them either. So, Roscoe, as you move to disengage, he actually, considering he now has 2 others engaged with him, he's not able to fight with you. Matter of fact, with what Jackie hit him with, it took everything he had. She had 5. So you successfully disengage, and you can go ahead and roll rouse check and then roll extinguish vitae. This will be the last round of the combat, everybody, because it's supposed to be 3 and out, but we needed to get 1 more because it was so close to Roscoe dying. You make your rouse check. Please roll intelligence plus blood sorcery.
I did.
Okay. What did you get? 4?
Mm-hmm. For the crit.
And you call on pulling some of the blood from him. You think it worked. And since this is the 4th round, mop up is all that's really left.
Jackie's going to walk over to Capone and drink.
Okay, we'll get to you in a second. You all managed to finish off Jenny, you do finish the Bruja. You've already got, or the Ventru. You were already winning it enough, and with the arms, it's finished off. Between the rest of you, you managed to take down the Bruja. We're going to stick with the 3 and out, in this case 4 and out, everybody. But you still don't see Nick or Tony. Nicholas, out in the hallway.
Real quick, I also make sure to let Etienne and Peter both know just to be careful about that one guy specifically.
You don't know what...
Like
You don't know what's happening on the other side of the wall. But after you said that, all 4 of them that followed you stepped through the wall. And the screams start.
And that's where Nicholas uses his conviction of turn a blind eye when it protects me.
And I'm not talking the screams of a shotgun blast, because that already happened, or the screams of the poison. This is a scream you can feel through your whole soul. Something very bad is happening to the people on the other side of that wall. Jackie, you have Capone staked.
I'm going to drink him.
Jackie is going to attempt diablerie.
But first, I'm going to see if I can't get a top off.
You can pull 3 blood out of him
Nice.
based on what he had.
I'm
left in
down to
his blood
0
pool.
hunger.
Now, you can roll, for those that don't know, for diablerie in mind. There's different ways you can do it. Strength plus resolve is what the rule book says. Or she can go with composure plus resolve to try to force herself to do this horrible act. Or intelligence plus resolve to force her mind to subsume the soul.
I will use Composure Resolve, but first I will Surge Resolve.
The difficulty is 3. You must win a number of rolls equal to his blood potency. Jackie gets hungrier,
Yep, but that's all right.
and the
worth
voice
it.
speaks. Never let power go to waste. Never let it be destroyed.
And she agrees wholeheartedly.
Power taken. Power for the cult. Your first one was 5 successes.
I can also willpower.
You have to roll 3 times. 5 successes is enough for the first roll.
Oh, that's enough? Okay.
For the first roll, you have to
Okay.
do it 2 more times. This is just to see if you pull off the Diablerie before he dies.
Mm-hmm.
Second roll. Wait a minute. Why did it?
I don't know why it only did 5 the first time. Should have been 7.
Very odd. But it actually rolled, says 5 dice rolled.
Oh, it should be
plus the
8.
hunger, 6. Yep, but you still did it, so roll your third one. As long as you're getting more than 3, if you fail any of them, you failed to Diablerize. You have Diablerized Al Capone. Now you immediately lose 1 humanity.
Yep.
Then you roll your new humanity
Mm-hmm.
plus your blood potency
That's going to be 8.
against his resolve plus blood potency. And he cannot boost his because he's staked.
I will willpower that.
And then we shall see what she gets. She has 7 so far.
8.
8.
With 2 crits.
8 versus his 2. The difference is 6. You gain 30 experience. Please note this. We'll deal with this after the session. You can spend 30 experience on Dominate, Fortitude, Presence, Potence, or Blood Potency, because he had a higher blood potency than you. If you want to do easy, it'd be all 30 to go straight to 3 blood and potency. And your generation drops to 9th.
We're going to do the blood potency.
Your blood potency is now 3, everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Jackie has increased her blood potency off of Al Capone. And you all watch as she drains and drinks and drinks. And then his body forms to ash. And when Jackie looks back at you, she's a bit colder, a bit harder in the eyes. Her skin's a little paler than it was.
The mistake has been corrected.
Oh, that was beautiful to watch. Storyteller, are the other 2 guys, are they like completely ashed?
Yeah, there's no way you ended that fight without ashing the other 2.
Got it.
The stake was already really held for him. But as Jackie finishes, Nick and Tony appear behind you, Lamar. You hear them. You want some wire? And they actually hold out a whole bundle of wires in their hand.
Ah, so that's where you went.
Yeah. We ripped all the camera wires out.
Excellent.
Good shit.
And when you look around the room, you see another section, holes punched in the walls where their fists were going in as they were tearing drywall out to yank shit out of the walls.
Nosferatu renovations. I fucking
I'll
dig it.
handle that.
It's done.
Nicholas, do you look on the other side of the door?
Yeah, why not?
When you open the door, there's 6 guys on the other side of the door. More than there should have been. All of them have a look of terror like you've never seen. And they all look like they've been dead for hours at this point. Rigor mortis is all set in on every single one of them. And the spirits on the other side look at you. And as one, they speak. You owe her. She will contact you.
Understood.
And they return to their elevator.
And then I'll look towards Etienne and Peter just to see if
Etienne's
they're
got a
okay.
shoulder wound, bleeding. He's already stopped putting bandages on it, stopping the bleeding. What is the rest of the coterie doing? There's a lot of damage and a lot of bad shit up here. I don't know how you plan to explain people dying of suffocation.
Lamar,
On it.
as we stand on the elevator, shoot your weapon into the room.
Got it. I can give each of these guys a head wound too.
Real quick, Nicholas is gonna try and top off of one of the bodies.
The ones you choked to death?
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
you
can do it dead.
You
Yeah.
can drink
I
to
can
death.
eat. Yeah.
I was wondering if you're going to get one in the stairwell that looks...
No. No. I ain't
Wait.
fucking around. I ain't fucking around that way.
So for the ones who suffocate, though, if they were to ever test, it would be clear that they didn't die of a gunshot.
correct. But
So,
That's why
you're
we're going to
betting,
shoot the fire
you're betting
gun in.
on whether...
oh, okay, the fire gun.
You're betting also whether... Are they going to do an autopsy when they're full of bullet holes or not?
That's fair. I just didn't know if we wanted to, like,
Normally, if there's
drum
bullet
a
holes in
gas stove or
people,
something.
the police don't look much further than the bunch of bullets in somebody as cause of death. They will only go deeper than that if there's reason to suspect they didn't die from the bullet wounds that you're filling them with. But I am glad you thought of that one, because had they not decided to put bullets in them,
Mm-hmm.
guess what?
Would have been suspicious.
I would have had them suspicious.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so shoot them up.
I love how Isabella is thinking on that one.
Hell, if
mean-
we want to, all of us with guns can go in there and
And
shoot
by the
the
way,
bodies.
for those that were in the room watching Jenny fight, Jenny not only beat this guy into the ground, you had to pull her off of pummeling his corpse. As she said she was going to tear rents in the floor, she was literally beating the corpse at one point as it was turning to ash. Well, it didn't turn to ash. It turned into a corpse. It was young.
Just for the record, Nicholas does have the ability for influence of covering up like death, making it not look suspicious.
And you all,
We-
Jackie, when you get out in the hallway, Etienne's got a shoulder wound bleeding, seeping through the bandage. 2 aggraves a lot. Roscoe, you're pretty fucked up. Isabella, you're not looking too great either, but at least you didn't get into the ag range, so you'll be able to heal yours quicker. Roscoe, you're going to be hurting for days. What is everybody doing?
I think
Bleeding.
compared to everybody, Nicholas looks happy because he made friends.
We basically secure the scene so that it looks like it should.
What do you do with you sweep up the ashes?
Yes.
Would Capone?
Is there a safe?
Oh, yes. And it wasn't even closed and locked. They didn't have time to lock the safe.
Is anything in it?
Guns, money, drugs.
Yes.
All of it.
Hey, Lamar, you're going to pick up these Tommy guns?
They're too big.
I got my own Chicago typewriter. These are going to have to... it hurts my heart, but these are going to have to be released into the wild.
Too bad.
Has Jenny calmed down after beating the corpse into a pile of the floor?
Genevieve is kind of just fuming. She's kind of stalking around, so she's just waiting for the group to leave at this point because she's not happy. So she's not happy with herself.
And you all, I'm going to speed up this part so we don't drag it out. And you all head back to the helicopter. And as you get into Rocky Takeoff, I'm going to give you a scene together to discuss the events that just happened. Etienne bleeding. Jackie looking a lot more cold than she did when you went into it.
Excellent work, everyone.
Isabella hurt, but not seriously so. Roscoe with a caved-in chest. Nicholas, well, you're almost smiling because you made friends. Jenny fuming. I don't know what Lamar's feeling at this one.
Lamar feels fucking great right now. He's actually smiling. We got to do this shit again sometime.
Well, if I
Hopefully
find
less
those
damage
guys-
next time.
Say, if I find those guys you told me to look for down in the Undercity, we're going to do it again, right? This time there's no cameras down there, so I won't be taking those out.
I like it. I like it.
Truly.
Jacqueline,
Excellent job, everyone. Yes.
my apologies on not being able to prevent your very capable men from taking damage.
Etienne knows the risks. And it is nothing he cannot heal.
I've been shot worse. I will be
He
kind
did-
of hurt for a while, but
He did well. They both did very well.
when Peter looks over, I'm just shocked I didn't get shot. I figured it'd be me.
I am proud of you both.
And he nudges Etienne a little bit. It turns out I'm quicker than the old man.
Every dog has its day.
And Etienne just looks back. Wait till I heal. We'll have that discussion in the sparring room.
And Nicholas will actually look over to Etienne. I believe the bullets meant for Peter hit me.
Mr. Bowens, what was that screaming?
Some of our friends from the elevator helped.
I've been a kindred or a ghoul for longer than all of you. I've never heard screams like that before. I don't know what the fuck happened. I don't want to hear that again.
I apologize for subjecting you to that.
And Etienne looks at you, ma'am. It was bad.
I'm sure it was. Some powerful woman controls an army of ghosts.
And sort of like with Nicholas, I think up to this point would be, like I said, sort of happy that he made friends. But the realization of kind of what he'd done, I think, is now sinking in, like role playing the remorse.
And when you say that, Jackie, Etienne's eyes shoot towards you, and he looks at you with a knowing kind of a thing.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen it before, ma'am.
Yes, we have. Nicholas, I believe you've become friends with the madam.
Does that mean anything to
Not
me?
to you.
She has always had a fondness of living in towers.
Roscoe, you vaguely know the
Mhm.
rumors. 'Cause you were in
Inshu
DC.
Clan Perk.
Ventru Clan Perk.
There you go.
The madam, from rumors, no one knows for sure. It is said she may be Malkavian. She may be Akata. No one knows for sure. What is sure, she moves rarely, but whatever city she's in, she sets up her guards. And what she calls her own, you do not trespass on. You do not interfere with her. And as long as you follow those rules, she leaves you alone. But she is known to be a collector of unique things, living and dead, and physical objects. Every time you've ever heard her mentioned, it's always been almost like the boogeyman.
Well, fuck.
And somebody asked her or suggested she could help.
Double fuck. I'm just making fucking deals with all the wrong people.
You're having an increasingly difficult time with women, Nicholas.
Jackie's legit laughing. And there's a little bit of an edge to it.
Yeah, Lamar, could you give me a hand with this? And I just kind of look down and point at the armor that's caved into my chest.
It's
Oh,
Kevlar, it's
shit.
movable, but it's really stuck in there.
Yeah, I got you, man. Damn.
Nicholas has 3 strengths. He'll help. 3 strength. He'll help.
So you all helped Roscoe pick the Kevlar from around the jagged rib pieces that were holding it in his chest, and you all realize just how badly wounded Roscoe is.
Earned your stripes today, Roscoe. Not that you didn't have them before, but you definitely you extra earned them. Toughest Tremere I know.
Thanks, man.
Let me know when you all have said everything you need to say in this, because
She gently takes Roscoe's hand and says, "Focus on what I gave you. It can also help you more."
I understand.
you're flying in the helicopter. In a different part of town, you can see it from this elevation. Suddenly you hear it and feel it. The helicopter actually rattles as there's an explosion. Flames are pouring from a building. On another part of town, Roscoe, you in particular, can roll intelligence awareness or wits. Oh no, intelligence awareness for this one. Four is enough. That is the part of town the Big O is located in.
And am I sure enough about that? Did I
It's the
just say
same.
something?
You know it's close.
Well, Jackie, I think maybe your problem got solved too just now.
Oh my goodness. Thank you, Roscoe, for setting that up.
Anytime.
What'd I miss?
This is the best night Jackie's had in a very long time.
It's a very good night.
And you hear Rocky come over the internal communications. Well, that's what happens when you fly Rocky Air. When you fly Rocky Air, everyone has fun and everyone gets off.
Nice.
And Nick is back there shaking his head. Can't take him anywhere, I'm telling you, boss. Now you see why I don't normally have him as the face of the group.
Oh, he is hilarious.
Before Nicholas gets off of the helicopter, he's legit gonna hand Rocky a business card just because he's like, I like this guy.
And Tony hasn't said much of anything other than that comment in the elevator, and that was it. But Rocky, only when he's flying does he get chatty.
Well, I think the moral of the story tonight, everybody, is don't fuck with the Wicker Park crew. Bad things happen to you when you do.
And it looks like I think everyone said what they need to say.
Mm-hmm.
The helicopter departs.
Yep.
Drops you off, and you return to your vehicles. Etienne, looking kind of odd, bleeding as you're coming through the Chicago building. But he bandages it up, switches out his coat, hides it pretty well. You all go your separate ways for the night. One last scene we have to flash to. Yes, Nicholas.
Nicholas will just escort Roscoe back wherever he's going just to make sure he gets there. And then once he's there, he'll leave.
You drop him off at his bookstore.
Yeah.
And as we end tonight, Roscoe, you're in your bookstore when the door opens. Now, you know it was locked, but it opens. In steps a short redhead that unfortunately has dark black veins running all through her face, all up her arms, all up her legs.
What happened to you?
Her skin is in places, I'm not going to say it's burnt, but instead it's not rotting, but damaged. Necrotic in a few places. And as she comes in, you can see the tears streaming down her face as she grabs you and kind of sags against you into your caved chest cavity, sobbing. I think I fucked up.
What happened?
We are going to end this episode right there. We are going to end the season of Windy City After Dark, Season 6, everybody. What happened? There is the question. I'd like to thank the players and the viewers. Just to summarize this episode, Jackie diablerized. Coterie beat down and killed Capone, who got diablerized. Isabella got hurt, but not bad enough. Jenny went up against a Ventru that didn't seem to be able to really hurt her, but took way too much punishment. Roscoe, you got fucked up.
Yeah.
But Ball's Caress did make a big difference for the rest of your group. Nicholas, you owe a very powerful individual favor, and she will call for it.
I mean, I'm just going to add it to the list at this point.
Lamar. Well, you've solved one of your problems in Southside. I guess the war is over. We will see how the fallout of these events in season 7, everybody. For the player vote. This week, the player vote goes to Jackie, Isabella, Nicholas, and Lamar. Those are the ones that got the most consistent votes. Those who get them. Of course. It's the end of the season. You all get an extra XP as the season ending episode for the end of the season. Of course, if you like what we're doing, pop over to the Discord. The players still get to vote on the end of season XP.
Mm-hmm.
Matter of fact, I'm going to even do it something special. If everyone in this group can give me a valid reason, something over the season, a character growth over the season for other players, I will give everyone an extra bonus XP.
Ooh, we get 2?
Yep.
Nice.
If
I want to make sure we get this so I understand the assignment. So we give XP for this episode and what
For
everyone
voting
did
for
this
what-
episode,
and then if we
then overall the season.
Yep,
Correct.
and then if we give a reason for like character growth or story movement or something like that for each character, we all get another bonus XP.
Yep. So
Okay.
you'll get 3 for this session and the possibility for up to 2 more bonus XP.
Mm-hmm.
Because I liked, again, this season was, for a lot of characters, a growing season.
Mm-hmm.
You just got to come up with a reason why you think they've grown. See, I'm a sneaky storyteller.
You are. Sometimes sneaky benevolent.
Sometimes. That's to offset what I just did to Nicholas.
Oh yeah, you just fucked him. My Toreador had to deal with that bitch.
Mhm.
So, of course, if you like what we're doing, pop over to the Discord, please. You can chat and ties down chat. Tell the players what you felt about what's going on.
Please tell us about it.
Because this
We
was,
love hearing your commentary on what went down.
yeah, what happened to Samantha?
Absolutely.
What fucked her up that bad?
Yeah.
That is not fire.
No.
That is something else that I'm sure some of the people in here probably know exactly what that was.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, you want to catch our back episodes? YouTube's right over here. Catch your back episodes. Jump in on that shit. If you want to watch some amazing content creators, one of them, right down there. She managed to avoid any aggravated wounds with no toughness, and I'm fucking
Lucky.
surprised.
And resisted dominate from an elder Ventru.
Yep.
Fuck yeah. She's had a night. She wants a drink.
Yep. Of course, you want to catch our merch? Catch the season 6 merch, because once season 7 starts, I don't know if we'll have the same merch. We
Oh,
might.
we're going to have an addition. We're going to have the hit list.
Capone's going to be scratched out with an X.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're going to have the hit list. It's going to be the laundry list of all the kindred that this coterie wants dead, with ones that have been accomplished X'd out.
And I want to point out to the viewers, and the players already understood this. Death was on the line in here.
Yes.
Roscoe may have died tonight.
Yep.
Almost. I did not pull punches. I said I wasn't going to pull punches, and I was not fudging dice rolls. This was their choice, and the end effects are the same.
Too superficial away from the end.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Well, no, 2 would have put you right into torpor.
Right into
It
torpor.
would have been a third one.
Would have put you over.
They could have kicked you once, and you would have been
Crumpled.
gone.
Mm-hmm.
So I just want to say,
But Jackie told
survived.
Roscoe he can't be dying.
Roscoe did what he needed. He held the guy busy.
Yeah, he
While the
held him
rest
busy until we
dealt.
could get to him. Yep.
And trying to think, I think I covered that. I covered that. Oh, if you want to give something to the players for this amazing season, bits and donations, they go to the players, not the studio.
Yes. Yes.
If you want to contribute to the studio, which is Relin and I, you can do it through Twitch with a subscription, or you can give pop over to our coffee, give us a coffee, because it's not free for any of us to do this. We all have costumes. We all have stuff we buy for the stream because we like to put on a good show for everybody. And we love
Looking
it.
this good costs money, y'all.
I mean, this doesn't, except for the outfit and the hair appointments and nail polish
and rings.
Oh shit! Never mind. It costs money. Just saying. And now, since I've done all my part, I'm going to turn this over to my wife for the schedule.
Yes.
But please, I know a lot of people leave. You might want to stick around as we. You need to know the schedule, and I like to close with just a little bit of what's coming. So.
Yeah. So we have on the 17th, Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern, it is the next session of Werewolf the Apocalypse, Phoenix's Call, Season 2. It is one session away from the end, and the newly formed pack with a fox totem has just walked into basically a trap. We are in a demon IKEA.
That's what I call it. It's a worm IKEA.
A worm IKEA. And basically, there's these weird, corrupted spiders with a huge spider probably in there somewhere that eats people and everything else. And so basically, we're in there about to wreak havoc on the place. That's where we left off last session. So we're about to go apeshit and let our rage loose and just rip and tear. And it's going to be fantastic and glorious, and we're all probably going to die. But living on the edge. But yeah. So join us at 8 p.m. Eastern on Tuesday the 17th for that. Then on the 21st, London Esoteric Society is back. Tess took a break for the 14th, but she is back with her crew on the 21st at 3 p.m. Eastern with London Esoteric Society, our Call of Cthulhu 7E stream set in Victorian London. The London Esoteric Society is a group of investigators that are investigating some very sus shit in Victorian London. It is creepy, it is weird, and people are talking about summoning elder things, and the GM is like, no, don't do that. That's bad. But they're probably going to do it anyway, so you'll want to tune in Saturday for that.
Because Eben Blade's playing. Yeah. He's the one talking about summoning elder shit.
Yes, he is.
A snack.
The Joker for Windy City is talking about summoning bad shit. No surprises. No surprises here at all. And then, of course, on Sunday, the 22nd, we are back as a cast. Out of costume, just us, the players, to answer your questions about Season 6 and maybe even what the plan is to come for Season 7.
And that's going to be raw, unedited, live. Players putting that shit out there.
So that's 5 p.m. Eastern on Sunday the 22nd, live with the cast.
No edits, no filters.
Nope. So bring your questions.
You can ask Roscoe what he felt about his chest caved in. And I'm going to point this out now. The viewers don't realize this. Nicholas gained 2 stains tonight.
Mm-hmm.
You will not know what the results were till another time. It won't be revealed this. Lamar gained a stain tonight for their use of their powers. Do we have even less humanity? We shall find out. Is Nicholas on that low humanity rocket ship to hell? And as we end all of these, please, everybody, take mental health seriously. Check in on family, check in on friends, check in on loved ones. Be that voice that somebody needs to get off the edge. Just reach out to them. Because that's all it takes. Person just to be the lifeline to help them off the edge. And if you do suffer from mental health issues, like many of us do, myself included, right now in chat is a list of numbers you can call or text 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, so that you can get the help you need and have somebody talk you off that ledge. Because mental health is health, everybody, and it's okay to not be okay. I mean, you need to take it seriously. Make sure everyone is around you. Don't do it before it's too late. Just saying. And I say this because recently is the anniversary of a friend of mine's. It's his birthday. And I lost him a number of years ago to suicide. So it's an important time for me to remind you about this. Check in and make sure they're okay.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'll let my wife do her part.
Everyone, you know what I'm about to say, but I'm going to say it anyway, just in case we have new viewers that haven't heard this spiel before. I, Mama McStabber, Rillinder, am a registered nurse. I'm the nicest mean nurse you're ever going to meet. I'm going to tell you things you don't want to hear, but I'm going to do it because I care. Timberbrad here is the meanest nice nurse you ever meet. And we're going to tell you,
Get your goddamn shots.
that's right. There is a new variant that is running rampant again, and we are finding upticks in places where even there's over 70% vaccination, like the state of Maryland. And I'm going to tell you, you need to get your shots if you are capable of getting the shots. Getting tested every week ain't enough. That just tells you if you got exposed and you have it.
They did Eve Online did the Fan Fest. By the end of Fan Fest, there's already an Excel spreadsheet for all the people who caught COVID.
And I mean, all the cons are having COVID outbreaks. All the cons.
Yep, Paxies.
And people are still going to them. All the cons are having outbreaks. But yeah, so seriously, getting tested every week ain't enough. That doesn't do shit to prevent it. All that does is tell you if you actually caught it or not. You need to go get your shots. Stop making excuses. Said with love.
Yep. And
also, access to abortion should not be revoked by overturning Roe and Casey. Period. And why I say access to abortion is because as soon as those get overturned, there are trigger laws in effect in multiple states that will ban abortion.
And it won't stop it.
And it won't stop it. It just makes it more unsafe. It increases the negative outcomes for patients. It also increases suicide rates in people who get pregnant and they don't want to be. So please, if you don't like abortions, don't fucking get one. But don't tell other people what they can and can't do with their bodies.
And fuck Putin.
And fuck Putin.
I'm not done saying fuck Putin. Fuck him with a steamship. Paddle wheel and all. So, everyone, I hope you join us for the Cast Q&A next week because I'm sure you have questions. And this has been a hell of a roller coaster season. But it's over for the season. And we will see you next week for the Cast Q&A. So good night, everybody.